This is Jeff Mucci with RCR Wireless News. We're in Palo Alto today meeting with Scott Jamar, who is Chief Marketing Officer from MobileTribes. Scott, thank you so much for joining us today. Scott, can you tell me what MobileTribe does?
Well, MobileTribe solves a lot of frustration in social networking by providing a cloud-based service or platform to deliver multiple destinations, social networking, portal on device or video on demand, or even a media hub to operators, CMOs, different types of service providers.
Right. And how long have you been in business?
A little over 3 years.
Okay. And so tell me a little bit about the customers you're serving today and some of the product offerings and problems you're really solving for them.
Right. Well, we've been working with MobileTribe as a platform, offering as a platform to service providers. For example, recently working with Virgin Mobile India to help them provide a multiple social network, single interface, so that their customers can get access to Facebook, MySpace, or Orkut through a single interface utilizing our platform. One of the advantages that we bring to the party is that we can roll out new solutions based on our cloud platform in a very, very short amount of time.
Right.
Typically 25% of the amount of time it would take an operator to roll their own.
And can you maybe describe some of the communities you've already connected to so that you can plug and play those into your service provider platform?
Right. Well, we typically we support 60% of the most popular networking destinations, whether that's social networking, media, internet telephony.
Right.
So, for example, Facebook, MySpace, Orkut, Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail. Let's see. As far as media is concerned, we support YouTube, Mixer, Blip TV, and Orb. And I'm maybe missing a few there, but those are the key ones that we're supporting today.
And so when you say that you provide faster time to market for operators to provide more services, how does that really, how do you do that?
Well, we've developed our own cloud-based platform, very modular. It's very easy for us to add, for example, a new social network or a new network destination very quickly because of that. With our background in networking, software development, we really understand a carrier's point of view and what they want to see, and how quickly we can roll that out was a key design point in creating the company.
And what types of devices do you work on today?
We work on basically three major platforms: mobile, IPTV, or set-top box, and the web.
So when you say mobile, all devices, laptops, on the device level?
Right. The mobile phones, we support over 500 devices right now. And that's with our Java, and we also, with our Java version of the application, we have a smartphone version of the application.
Okay. And with Virgin Mobile, can you, you mentioned that you're in process with implementation, and then you want to roll out some additional services, and you're able to add those very quickly. Can you describe that process a little bit in more detail?
Right. Because of the modular platform and the way we've designed the overall offering, we kind of allow operators to future-proof their offerings. If they have existing offerings that they would like to integrate in with an existing social network, or if a particular social network becomes popular very fast, we can roll out support for a new destination within 8 to 12 weeks. And again, it allows the service provider, the operator, to kind of future-proof their offerings. So if one becomes more popular or one less popular, it's easy for us to add or change those very quickly.
Right. And a lot of operators are developing their own app stores today.
Yes.
What I think I'm hearing you say is you're really helping them on the value-added services side. But maybe help me compare and contrast how your platform, MobileTribe, would interface with a company's app store.
Well, working with existing companies or their offerings, we help them actually create new differentiated or meta service offerings that they can add. Our application or their version of the application, their UI, could go into their app store, could be preloaded on a handset, could be preloaded, for example, on an iPad or another device.
And do you also have some sort of client that goes on the phone or device?
Yes. We have a client architecture that's very thin. Typically our handsets, the client on the handset is under 200K, so it's very lightweight. In addition to that, we provide most of the heavy lifting on the back end on the network, on our core network. So since we all come from a networking background, we really understand how to play well on the network and do most of the intensive processing, the intensive data processing of pulling data from multiple locations and sending that in a very optimized data stream to the phone or to the device that we're communicating with.
So will MobileTribe be able to reduce the burden on a company's network due to the surge of data traffic?
Yes.
How do you do that? How does that really work?
Well, instead of treating the connection between the device that you're communicating with and the network in the typical internet connectivity way, a lot of back and forth between the network and between the application and the network, we make a few simple optimized requests to our network. We handle all of the aggregation of the data, the content, the media, and then we deliver that via an optimized data stream back to the device that we're communicating with. Okay. So the result there is we help the operators conserve bandwidth. Which is a key issue these days, because even though we're getting lots and lots of bandwidth available these days, it's still a finite amount. And companies like MobileTribe that can play well on the network and keep that in mind are very interesting to the operators.
In addition to Virgin Mobile in India, what are some of the other customers that you can talk about today?
Well, we released a version of our client on the Roku streaming media box back in December of 2009. And that's, again, one of our 3-screen strategy partners. We were one of the first 10 applications they offered in their application store.
And I thought you mentioned something about Sony Ericsson. Is that something that is in process? Or?
That's in process, and we're working to create a differentiated client for them to their specifications.
Okay. What are some of the challenges and opportunities that you see in 2010 for MobileTribe?
Challenges and opportunities. Well, I think the opportunities are in with the wide array of new devices that are coming out. Being able to quickly support them, allow people to build their own tribe, so to speak, from multiple sources. And that's always been one of the points of frustration that we like to solve. MobileTribe with kind of a philosophy of not really adding a feature unless it's solving an existing problem. We don't develop things just because we think they're cool. We try to develop them to actually solve a problem. I think the challenges are getting the word out, letting people know what we're all about. And that's a fun challenge, though.
So when you look at allocating sales resources and business development resources, are you focused more on the domestic market, or are you focused internationally?
Both. Actually, we're building our sales teams internationally now. We're bringing on additional senior salespeople domestically, but that also have an international component that can handle that.
And who in the carrier makes the buying decision? Who are you targeting?
Well, I think initially we're looking to develop the business development relationships with the operators to find out what are they looking for, what are their upcoming product offerings, and how can we potentially integrate or help them get to market faster and put together an offering that's going to be less expensive in the market because we're utilizing less bandwidth, therefore we're cheaper to implement.
So in wrapping up, what would you like the RCR readers to take away from this conversation about MobileTribe?
Well, I think one of the most important things is that the ability to build your own, roll your own offering utilizing our tools and our cloud platform. We make it very easy. We take a lot of the frustration away from building your own application. We reduce a lot of the risk because we've, in a way, pre-digested all of those problems. We understand the network very, very well. I like to tell people we have more PhDs on staff than a small university. So the fact that we solve a lot of frustration and we solve a lot of problem, and come check us out.
Okay. And then in closing, what's your strategy for the smartphone and Android?
We're working on creating reference builds for Androids and iPhones. we have so many features to offer and so many capabilities that we have to be kind of careful, what we do there. But we will be offering reference builds for those over the coming months, so that customers can take a look at that and see how quickly they can come out with their own.
Good. Well, Scott, thanks for coming by today.
Thanks for having me.